What's up, guys? Mantis 701 here, bringing you a long overdue episode of the Hardcore Mantis. I have not done an episode of the Hardcore Mantis in forever, largely because I rarely play hardcore anymore. I almost exclusively play normal now. The only person that plays hardcore is Normac, aka Bear, so he's the only guy you're gonna see in Hardcore Mantis videos. Everyone else I know, and I know a lot of people now, doesn't play hardcore, they play normal. So you're probably not going to see the Hardcore Mantis much longer. No one seems to be interested in it, and no one seems to be interested in playing it. But regardless, I still might have an episode like once a month or something. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I've got an episode for you here right now, and I'm going to try and do an actual commentary over it. But before I do that, I'm playing on Operation Firestorm, Rush, and I'm attacking. And of course I'm playing with Bear, and it's just me and him. Now, what I wanted to talk about today was the ancient debate over normal mode versus hardcore mode. And it's been debated everywhere and argued about, and blood has been shed, and people have been raged at about blah blah blah, normal and hardcore. As someone who has played hardcore a lot and now normal a lot, I feel I can make a fair I can have a fair opinion on this matter. I played Battlefield Bad Company 2 for a year, 400 hours, and I played exclusively hardcore on that. And for Battlefield 3, I played hardcore exclusively from when the game was released until about April of the next year. And that's when I started knifing the Battlefield 3 pub stars and had to start playing normal. And then gradually, as I made new friends, it just gradually went from exclusively hardcore to exclusively normal. Now I play normal pretty much all the time and almost little to no hardcore. So I feel I can make a fair assessment on the normal versus hardcore. So which mode do I like better? In my opinion, neither mode is better. My favorite mode, after playing this for a long time, is the mode that was in the original Battlefield 2, which is kind of a mix of the two. Exclusively hardcore, or the hardcore settings aren't the best, and the normal settings aren't the best. I feel if you combined elements of both of them, then you get the best mode. And that best mode was exactly how it was in Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield 2 and the earlier Battlefield games. And as the games have evolved, the mode's default settings have changed, and I don't think they're as good as they were. What do I mean by this? Well, in Battlefield 3 normal, you have the orange triangles above everyone's heads. Personally, I hate that. I think that's one of the dumbest things I've ever done with the Battlefield series, honestly. They also have auto healing and auto repair, something else I also hate. That is not something that should be in a Battlefield game. This is not Halo. I don't know if Halo was the one that introduced that. I think it was, but it should not be in Battlefield. Battlefield is about teamwork, and you need to work together. If you take damage, you need a medic to give you a med pack. If your vehicle gets damaged, you need an engineer to repair it. This auto healing and auto repairing stuff does not belong in this game, in my opinion. What's good about normal? Well, I think the damage is pretty much the way it should be. You don't take too much damage or too little damage. I think it's just about right. The weapon damage, I feel like, is just about right. And yeah, I think they got right. On to hardcore. Hardcore doesn't have the crosshair, and you have the option of turning off the mini-map, and your player health is reduced to 60%. Now, I'm indifferent on the crosshair. It doesn't bother me either way. I'm fine with being there or not there. It's probably better that it is there because all FPSs have a crosshair. So, and the mini-map, I'm okay with or without the mini-map as well. I can understand why people want it, and I can understand why people don't want it. But I'm okay with it either way. The problem with hardcore, I think, I used to love the 60% damage because I thought it was more realistic for people to die in less hits. But after playing both normal and hardcore, I don't feel that way anymore, really. I think the weapons, first of all, the weapons and the health were balanced with normal mode in mind, not hardcore. And with 60% player health on hardcore, the weapons are imbalanced, and things such as jumping off buildings are massively unbalanced. What I mean by that is, in normal, I do a lot of crazy maneuvers to knife people, and that sometimes involves jumping off of a, not a tall roof, but a relatively low roof or a staircase onto the ground. In hardcore, I can't do that. I get a suicide half the time. I think it's ridiculous that you get a suicide when you jump from a really short height and you die. That's one problem with the lower amount of health in hardcore. The second problem is it screws up the weapon balancing. The weapons were obviously designed with normal in mind and not hardcore. What I mean by this is snipers, for example, I think are way more powerful in hardcore than they are in normal. Because no matter what distance you're at, no matter where you hit them on the body, it's a one-hit kill. That is maddeningly annoying. And if you watch this gameplay right now, you'll see that most of my deaths are from snipers. Halfway through the round, I did not want to go out anywhere in the open because there are so many snipers in hardcore. Because they don't need to hit you in the head to kill you. It's one hit anywhere and you die. I even got killed by a semi-auto sniper rifle in one hit a couple times without being hit in the head. I don't think any gun should be able to kill you in one hit, no matter what the distance and no matter what body part they hit, unless they hit you in the head. That's just ridiculous to me. I think it promotes camping, and it promotes, it scares people from moving. They want to stay in I wanted to stay in buildings because of this, and not advance, and not PTFO, and not cross roads, even short distances, because the number of snipers on the roofs was just insane. Snipers are way more powerful in hardcore than in normal, in my opinion. And this leads me to my next point, and another difference between hardcore and normal. Camping is a lot worse in hardcore. People sit on rooftops and in corners. They don't move a lot, and you get killed a lot by campers, and it's just a pain in the ass. I also feel a major difference between hardcore and normal is I think all the most skilled players are in normal. The best BTFOers are in normal, the best shots are in normal, and in hardcore, it's not necessarily the most skilled player that wins. I feel it's whoever sees the other person first and fires first wins. Because you have so little health, once you get shot at and take hits, you're going to die, and you don't have a chance to react. Whereas in normal, if the player is not as good a shot, you might take a few hits, but you have a chance to react and get behind cover or fire back at the person. In hardcore, I don't think you can do that. So we're getting near to the end of this video, and so I need to start wrapping up this commentary. So, what do I think would be the best mode for Battlefield 3? As I mentioned earlier, it's a combination of both. I would prefer, the way I would like it is the way it was in Battlefield 2. You had the mini-map, you had the crosshair, You did not have the orange Doritos over everyone's head. You did not have auto repair or auto healing, and you had normal health. That was pretty much right. They got it right the first time, and they didn't need to change it. And I really wish the Battlefield series would go back to that, or they give you the option to go back to that. Unfortunately, I don't see this. I'm not familiar with server options, by the way, so I'm not sure if you can do that anyway. But from what I've seen, I have not seen a server that combines elements of the two. It's either normal or hardcore, and that's that. And yeah, that's my opinion on the matter. I wish you would go back to that, and I think that would be the best way to do things. Well, this is about the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I hope you enjoyed my commentary. And I'd really love to hear your opinions in the comments below. And until next time, this is Mantis 701. And remember to always watch your back. Later.
Shit. God.